Meanwhile, we are less than 8 hours away from the federal surge in the district ending. Over the last month, crime in D.C. has gone down. Homeless encampments have been cleared and hundreds of undocumented immigrants have been arrested. And all of this playing out as Mayor Muriel Bowser played delegate politics with the Trump administration and her constituents. And here to talk more about this is Dr. Larry Sabato, the director of the University of Virginia Center for Politics. Larry, it's always good to see you. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you so much for having me, Annie.
Of course. Larry, as this 30-day period ends, is there anything the mayor could have approached or handled differently, in your opinion?
Well, she couldn't have pleased everybody. It's impossible in a situation like this. And obviously, the Democratic activists on the left are very unhappy with her because she didn't stand up to Trump and do some of the things that they were suggesting, including shutting down the DC government, which wouldn't have done the citizens of DC any good at all. Personally, I think she managed to get through it reasonably well. Now, that assumes that the Trump administration will continue to work with her and maybe make some concessions to the district, including restoring the money that was cut, which the district definitely needs. You know, there's no taxation without representation. You have very little representation, but a lot of taxation. And I think, you know, you have to give Mayor Bowser a chance to fix some of this and to work the goodwill that she has managed to accumulate.
The mayor is promising to continue a joint crime fighting surge with federal agencies, but critics have said by continuing to work with the federal government, she's eroding the city's self-governance. What's your take on this?
It was already eroded from the very moment that President Trump decided to do this, and the people around him decided to send in the National Guard and to do all the other things they've done to limit home rule in DC. So she doesn't have the power. But what so many people, even in DC, much less out of DC, don't understand is she is quite literally the least powerful big city mayor in America. Not due to anything that she has done or hasn't done, but rather because of the strictures of the home rule limits that were part of the home rule bill in the 1970s.
Right. The unique position that D.C. is in. The president has said other democratically controlled cities like Baltimore could face the same federal surge and National Guard troops. What are the lessons, in your opinion, that other leaders can take away from how the mayor has handled things, or is it different because of D.C.'s unique status?
It is different, especially if the mayor has a governor of his or her party to work with and to potentially counter some of the moves by Trump and the federal government. But, you know, in general, you know, the old thing our mothers always told us, you catch more flies with honey than vinegar. I agree. It's difficult to catch these flies with even the best kind of honey, but still, you can work with them to a certain degree. And if you make it a bit easier on them to do what they want to do, even if you thoroughly disagree with it, they might well meet you. If not halfway, then you can go three-quarters of the way and they'll meet you there.
So, Larry, before I let you go, let's look into your crystal ball. What does the future look like here for D.C. and the mayor?
You know, I was part of that generation that believed that DC was moving toward statehood or at least full representation of some sort in Congress. And it hasn't happened. And it's pretty obvious now that the only chance it would ever have would be with a heavily Democratic Congress. And that will probably happen sometime in the 22nd century. So you have to do what you can do with what you have today. And that's why I think Mayor Bowser has done some of the things she's done. Move the ball down the field, and hopefully your successors can move the ball further, because you're probably not going to be able to get a touchdown in your lifetime.
All right, Dr. Larry Sabato, always a pleasure speaking with you. Thanks so much for spending a few minutes with us.
Thank you, Annie.
All right.